Well, hey there, patrons, and welcome back to another bonus video right here on Rage Light. I'm Jeff.
I'm Matt.
Matt, this is a game called Shadows Awakening that came out last year, and it was kind of on my radar, but I feel like it kind of came out around the big deluge, and I didn't have a chance to really show it off. But when I was on vacation, I picked it up and played a little bit of it, and I'll be damned if it isn't one of the coolest, like, kind of little, like, under the radar gems that I saw last year. So
that's interesting.
We're actually going to play something else today, but then I remembered that this was a thing. I was like, you know, Matt, this game was really cool. And I was like, just play it, Jeff.
Yeah, I was going to say, you kept talking about it, and I'm like, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, so this is on the PC. I'm just going to go ahead and create a new game, and we'll just do it on normal.
It's got a hell of a soundtrack.
Yeah, it's got really good production values.
Okay.
Like there's like voice acting and writing and like the art style and everything. The whole thing is just like so well put together, and I don't feel like I saw it anywhere. I don't feel like I saw anybody talking about it.
Whoa.
Perhaps I should feel some twinge of guilt
Yeah.
for all I have done.
Too many spiders.
I opened the jar and let all these spiders out.
Once an honored being entombed within these ancient catacombs.
With all my spider friends.
Centuries have passed, and now only the brave or foolhardy walk these tunnels.
Yo,
Okay.
right
Yep,
here.
right here. Yep.
Perhaps I'm the last
Gamers.
living soul here.
What about that skeleton?
Although
He's
I'm powerful.
His name's Carl.
This is not my story.
Damn it, Carl!
He's not part of this. Whoa, it's a big spider.
I don't like the number of spiders in here.
Conspirator in the ruination that threatens the heretic kingdom.
The Heretic Kingdom.
And the most unlikely of alliances that might yet see.
Alien and Predator?
Oh, man, they're working together. Whoa.
All right. That's
Thou summons me.
Thou.
What is thy pact?
I seek only that we shall both survive.
well, that's cool. What if I?
All right.
I do not
Oops.
ask
Oh,
you to
Oops. Sorry.
nor should you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let it go.
I would
Yeah.
betray you without hesitation if I deemed it necessary.
Damn it,
Oh,
Deckard
jeez.
Cain has
Deckard-
gone metal.
Yeah, Deckard Cain is like, all right, that's enough sitting down and listening.
Yeah, had enough of this staying a while.
Yeah.
Which is precisely why I have summoned you here, demon.
Nah,
Okay.
I don't wanna.
Why did you summon me then? You put me in danger here.
So, all right. So this is an action RPG.
Okay.
This kind of Diablo style
I was gonna
RPG. Oh, you know what? I don't like. Hold on. I don't think this. I'm just going to go ahead.
We're not doing this.
Well, we're just going to bump this down just a beautiful.
Fantastic to beautiful, huh?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, a little bit better.
You're chugging a little bit.
Yeah. So anyway, we're rolling around. This is, I mean, when I first started this, I was like, you know. But as soon as this is just a tutorial, and we're gonna get through here pretty quickly.
Kind of got a Dagon. Ooh, he's got like a scythe on his arm.
Yeah, that's what he has like a whole set of equipment that
cool
devours.
design. Very cool design.
It kind of reminds me of Darksiders, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's got that kind of over-designed '90s vibe.
Yeah.
I like
So let's see. There's a wall here, but we can't get through it. So we're gonna come down here.
Are you underwater?
No, we're in like a spirit realm.
You were
Ah.
summoned without a pact. So whichever soul you devour will now bind you to a path beyond anyone's control.
Okay.
Choose wisely,
Now,
demon.
I actually think that this is a reason that you have to play through the entire game 3 times.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure that each one of these is an entirely different like story. So
Interesting.
we've got Calig.
They called him the Bandit King,
Ah.
a warrior and a mercenary. He led the Guild of Steel in Thole.
Thule.
Sadly for Calig, he trusted his own son a little
Ah.
more than he could afford.
Is that
Bummer.
Chafity or?
Some called him a barbarian, but few lived who did so.
He killed them.
He didn't like that.
If you wish the might and fortune.
So
we would say he was triggered.
I'm gonna say probably not Calig because I've already played Calig.
Okay.
So we also have Jasker.
the wild
Jaska. The wild boar.
hero in our
Yeah, he looks like a.
land of Cornwall.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
He looks like Groot.
A little bit. Is that hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tribes of Temuria.
The Wolf Tribes.
A hunter, a loner, and an unparalleled archer. He also dabbled in the skills of an undead slaver.
Yeah.
Choose Jaska if you wish the mobility and deadly aim of one of the greatest archers I have ever known.
Okay.
Oh, you knew him personally, huh?
And
Yeah, the daughter of fire.
Ah.
A princess of the Imperial Garulian Empire. She
Garulian.
would have been God Empress if she had not rebelled.
God Empress.
Apparently.
Died on the Reliquary Crusade 3 centuries ago. I don't know how.
Fat lot of good you are.
Potential.
She tripped.
Not only harnessed the
Like,
elemental
just
power of
real long flight of stairs.
Yep.
the mysterious ways of the sand.
Sand Mage.
Uh,
Man, Anakin Skywalker's worst enemy.
oh, yeah. Oh, it's everywhere.
Which one should we be? Should we be Jasker or should we be Evia?
Evia, I'm feeling that's like a fire mage. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The guy's an archer. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm saying fire mage personally.
Okay, I haven't been through that many mages, so let's just do this.
All right.
All right, get your soul over here.
Am I dead?
Whoa.
What is this place?
You dead. It's
I know not of this place, but thou art indeed dead.
What? Oh.
now I gotta absorb her soul. Watcha!
Yes.
So this is what really is going to kick off the game.
This cannot be. Mother, is this your revenge?
I
told you you'd always get your soul eaten by a demon.
Yes, you didn't.
I can.
Evia, I swear, you're gonna get your soul eaten by a demon unless you clean your room. This really sucks.
We were raiding my mother's vault in order to defeat her.
Is that the cookie jar? Or?
Remember
Oh,
what
Who took the
happened?
cookies from the cookie jar?
Tarin betrayed you, but I never learned what transpired. This mystery is
Oh,
yours.
so there is actually a story with this character.
oh, there's a lot of story. There is a shitload of story in this
I
game.
like that.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm right here.
Then your fate is bound to Evia's now, as is my own. Now make haste to the city of Thul that lies above this crypt. A cenotaph can transport you there.
Oh, what?
Our fates
There is a
are bound
lot
together,
of
and we
like
shall find a
like
way
medieval
to find
gobbledygook
together.
words
I was
going
gonna
on
say.
here. Yeah.
Sure.
It's like, call it a fucking horse.
Yep. Now,
Threatens me.
I think that Thul might have been where I went with the other guys, so maybe it's the same, and there's just some kind of like sub because I don't remember. I don't remember if it is Thul and it's the same thing. Like that guy has a whole sub story about his son that happens in that town, right? But this is the cool part,
Okay.
right? Is that see down here where it says
Oh,
A
shit.
and S? Like the thing is that it's like Diablo, except first off, you can switch between the different characters, like, and they have different things. But then what's even crazier than that is you see how there's two more here.
Yeah.
You can have up to 4 different characters that you can just like blip blap between.
That's pretty fucking cool.
These other slots are all in the mortal realm. Like in this, he's like in the spirit realm.
Right.
But you'll be able to see. So like this wall, he couldn't knock down that wall, but
Right.
she can. And then there's like all these chests and shit that like he couldn't get at, but she can. But then there's also different monsters right over here
Sure.
that there are in the other world. And then I can actually show you that there are a whole set of different skills, but there's not like as many skills as you would see in like maybe a Diablo, but because there's only 3 slots for them. But then you have, like the thing is that she's a mage, but there are mages, archers, and fighters, so you could literally have all of them and then just switch between them.
That's
And when you're in combat, if one of them dies, then all you do is switch over to the next one, and you kind of have to wait for for your count, like to you can get them back at a certain point, right?
right. Sorry,
So-
I'm just leading your dialogue.
Fear me. Thy soul is mine.
Thy soul.
You keep telling yourself that.
I also apparently it's going to be a thing where none of these guys really kind of respect that demon. But see, then at any point you can come over, and there's also monsters here. And a lot of ways, those monsters later on. See, I'm getting XP, so the XP that you get actually is in both of them. And then see here is. This is how you actually change out your party. So this is who I have, and then you've got, there's Kalig, and there's Jasker. I don't know if you can get them in a single playthrough. I don't know if it's like a new game plus, but you have warriors, hunters, and mages. And if the length of the game is any indication, I feel like it's not so long. It's short enough that they want you to like play through play through it 3 times essentially.
A step closer to my final form. This I kind of want to play this. Oh, you got a new outfit.
Sand gold. Oh, that's just armor, just equipment that I've got.
I like how it's less clothing.
And then you also have totally like, your standard kind of Diablo style like point attribution that you can do. Yes, actually, but then he also everybody levels up at the same time. So
Gotcha.
And then he also gets another. So I'm going to go with Shadow Wave for him. But you put these skills in, and you can actually upgrade these skills later on to be better. So now she has a Sand Golem, which is like
nice.
I guess just
he's so short.
Yep.
I love him.
He's
my little buddy.
Blasting on them spiders for me.
I'm a golem. I'm gonna punch ya. I'm a Jewish myth. Or am I? Aha! God, where's that movie about like a Nazi fighting golem?
I'm pretty sure there have been
a
few of those in the past.
I'm sure.
But then like one of the cool things is that you'll get puzzles in the game, like right here where we're blocked from moving, but yeah, shut up. I'm telling them already. But because you can switch, this is a path. So he can go across.
This in shadows.
Okay, so then we have soul stones, which are these, like, see the 6 down here?
Yeah.
That's essentially, we equip a soul stone that gives you a different set of charges.
Okay.
And those are potions, essentially. But the thing about them is that you can use them, you can use them, but they only recharge when this character, when the Devourer, fights people. Also, you can see that this guy, this archer, is in the real world.
Okay.
So I can actually maneuver to where it would be easier to kill him.
That's
and then be
super
like, bam,
clever.
bam. So
I kind of want to play this.
Yeah.
It looks like fun.
Like I kind of wish it was on the consoles a little bit. Like,
is it not on the consoles?
No, it's only PC right now, as far as I know.
Oh man, because I would love. I could play the shit out of this on the PlayStation, but no.
Oh, I'm turning off the fire, the flames.
Fire. Spit hot
Where
fire.
Are you going, buddy? Oh wait,
I'm
was there
going
anything
over
up here? In the
what a
spirit
hot
realm?
dog. He's real fat. He's just a fatty boombalatti. He is.
But then, as I was talking about the way that the story works, is that there's actually like you'll get different characters that can go different places. So like when I was in the town up there, I don't know if we'll get to it. I found a goblin that I could be. But the goblin, I couldn't turn into the goblin in town because they would all freak out if there was a goblin walking around.
Okay.
But then, like later on, I found another character that could go into this like enemy camp that I couldn't normally go into because they were one of the enemy types.
Right.
So, all right, let's go ahead and switch back. Bam, bam. See what? I wonder, does this guy keep? See, he's going to keep on attacking while I'm in the spirit realm. He doesn't go away. And there's also even you'll get like buffs where you can cast a buff with one character, but then that buff is for all the characters in the game. So yeah, it's a really kind of complicated, well put together little system that is like, what if, how when you play Diablo, you want to be all the classes and not just one? Well, now you can.
Oh!
Princess of the Imperial line.
The Imperial line.
She got some rings. We got some rings.
I like her hat.
Oh, it's gotta be 4. So anyway, I this game was like, oh wow, where the hell did this come from?
That tends to happen. Sometimes just something will show up, and this looks like. And we were talking a little bit about this, before we played the game, but this feels like something that extra credits would have on their games you might not have tried.
Damn it. Okay.
Omae mo shinderu.
There we go. So they use and it's very clever the way that they use this for like puzzles. They use the different worlds, and then not only that, but then you have this weird incentive to thoroughly explore both worlds, like all the different aspects of every world that you run into. because there could be some stuff in the spirit world that is better than so that you don't want to miss. Right,
it's almost got a link between worlds kind of vibe.
Yeah,
we're really big spider, aqua spider.
Well, this spider is interesting because the spider is actually in both realms, but you can't actually you can't damage it in the regular world until you get rid of its shield, which you can only do in the spirit world.
Gotcha.
So then once the shield is down, you can summon this motherfucker.
Get him.
I forget what the use a soul stone button is. That would be nice to know.
Oh, you almost got him.
Let's see.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Yeah, I can't really. But I can freeze him, which is nice because the Devourer's basic attack is freeze. Which one is this? Damn it! Hold on, I gotta know.
Okay,
I wasn't looking.
That's fine.
That's
fine.
Soulstone
You just
2.
steadily revealing you don't know how to play video games, but it's fine.
Everybody already knows that I don't know how to play games, Matt.
Everybody knows the last 6 years have been a total lie.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, Jeff, you're coming up on 6 years.
Yep.
How does that feel?
It just. It's a thing.
I thought you were. Well, what you should have said was, "It feels like my ass hurts."
Why do you think I'm being so butthurt these days?
Hey,
there was no fall. No, the fact that I've been able to do Rage Select for this long is entirely due to the fine patrons that are watching this video.
Shit. I was gonna say, I was gonna be all like, "No, there was no fall. It's just doing Rage Select butt fucking me over the years."
God damn.
Yeah, sorry.
The cenotaph the hooded man spoke of.
Cenotaph.
Its power breaches shadow. There is much I might do here. This cenotaph is erected upon the graves of many dead mortals. It shall be easy to gate weave back to this place, should I find another such monument.
Gate weave.
There's a gate here already. The hooded man's work, mayhap. It must
Mayhap.
be the way out he mentioned.
I like the writing.
Whoa. So then you get, this is basically the levels. That's the one thing, is that I don't feel like it's not randomly generated like Diablo is. Like it's specific levels, and then you just jump between basically your checkpoints. And yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like this.
I shall handle this myself.
Oh, we don't even need to go into all that.
Okay.
This is the same place where the other guy went. So my idea that you have to play the game 3 times is not entirely correct, but
if you
there's
wanted
different
to,
story, yeah,
right.
I also wonder if, as you get further down in the game, if it gives you the other characters so that you can essentially go back and.
Was there a war? No. These stones fell centuries ago.
Thou hast been dead a long time, mortal.
What has become of my mother's empire?
Are
we victorious?
I want to know more about the story. I want to see where it goes.
There is a lot of story. There are these books that you pick up.
Oh my
that
God!
Just give you background in the world.
Oh man, somebody had their fucking fantasy epic, and then they were like, "I guess I'll just put it in a video game."
Yeah. Ooh, those will be better. Armor. I don't really like the fact that, see how there's a thing here that indicates that there's equipment that I could put here.
Right.
But that equipment is for a different class, so this character can't actually use it.
I understand.
But it still has that little motherfucker there. So
little motherfucker.
Let's see. Does he have some different crazy new stuff? Yeah. This.
Ooh, he's got like a crazy new helmet. I like it.
Yep. All right, let's get up into
fun. This is cool.
I really think this game is rad. I mean, I remember looking at this, and the problem is that the screenshots for it just make it look like a Diablo clone. And you're just like, oh, right, it's a Diablo clone. But I don't know, man. There's this idea that's out there, Matt, that AAA gaming is dead, and that gaming sucks now, and that everything's an online service, and everything is DLC and microtransactions. But I'm like, but this is as good as
These days,
like look at the graphics in this game. Like it's not the greatest looking game I've ever seen, but it works.
It's
like,
pretty enough
for
and
what it is.
Yeah.
And the writing and the voice acting and the music and the story and the concept are all good enough that I'm like, why not Zoidberg, right? Like, fuck Destiny, fuck Anthem. Like, if you're mad about that sort of stuff, play shit like this.
Yeah,
you know?
there's no shortage. That's the thing about the whole Steam revolution and the digital, the online revolution is that there's no shortage of games out there for you to play.
Yeah.
And
the Guild of Silk call themselves
I agree, and it does make you wonder, like, how some AAA games or some major releases are just, oh man, like I'm looking at this and how good this looks.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about I watched Jim Sterling's worst games of 2018.
Yes.
And I was watching it with Morgan, and at one point he pulled up Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah.
And Morgan was like, "Oh, that's funny." And I'm like, "What's funny?" He's like, "Well, he doesn't want to get copyright strike, so he's using some shitty Steam game that he found in place of the Metal Gear Survive footage." And I'm like, "No, honey, that's just what it looks like." She's like, "What?"
Yep.
Should be the one to talk for us here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Yep.
I demand an immediate audience with the Imperator of Thol.
Based on what?
Then you
Oops.
are in charge of Thol?
You?
I am Duke Darmok Cadasta.
It's a real dumb name, man. What's your
do you know Jalad? Are you guys at Tanagra?
I am a vassal of Baron Tar Avenger.
Also, your golem is real stupid looking.
You get him as one of the.
Oh,
one
okay,
of the
he's not
things you
stupid, he's
could do.
cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thol incognito to pursue a personal matter, so I would appreciate your discretion.
Discretion.
If this is about vengeance, I ask you that you keep your dueling from the streets.
I'll duel whenever I feel like it.
Time to duel. All right, it's like that's a Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
Under siege.
Oh, really?
Indeed, a horde of nomads under the command of an exiled Taimurian
It's a lot of words.
Dude. There's a lot of story. There's a lot of story.
I mean, it's cool, but I'm also getting a little overwhelmed.
well, like it's better if you could just sit here and absorb it. You don't have to worry about
Sure.
talking,
Sure.
right? Basically, what he's saying is that there's a big army of werewolves that are besieging the city. So, like outside of the city, there's a big army that's keeping anybody from like leaving.
That's pretty cool.
Which you'll actually run into them later. So let's see. The one question here is investigate the murder. Yeah, there we go. We want to do this. There's a murder at a hostel. And we're going to ask this guy about it.
Morphew.
Yep.
Your
That's,
goods are evidently quite poor. How exactly are they of unbeatable quality?
Nothing better
Don't be
without
shitty.
leaving Thorn, Mom. And that's a promise.
Indeed, but not much of one. Do you know anything of use, merchant?
Tell you what, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. I need to
Good, I'm real itchy. I'm taking a lot of hot showers because it's cold and all dry.
Someone like you could
Oh.
compel their compliance rather well.
That's interesting. This is the exact same quest that I had.
Ah. So it's probably mostly just flavor text that makes
Yeah.
it really different.
So, okay, first thing I got to do is I'm going to wait,
Garulian.
collect the tariffs.
It sounds like It sounds like something from like an 80s anime.
Yeah.
I have little patience for liars, merchant.
Well, you can't blame me for trying.
I will burn your stand down,
Think of me when you have good
and no one will care.
I haven't really actually engaged much with the shops.
Ah.
Is it time for that already?
Much obliged.
Hello, Cockney British guy.
I am here for the tariff.
Patty.
I had wondered about that. Please, give Morphew my regards.
How
Morphew.
surprisingly compliant.
Okay, so
Welcome here.
come on, get out of here. Oh yeah, here's another another teleportation thing. And then there's actually in here there's the Shadow Trader that you can actually recharge, and you can actually even respec with
that's
this guy.
cool.
So,
All right.
and then there's like there's a stash where you can like keep any crap that you don't want. And there's also just some random junk laying around.
And how long would you say the campaign is?
That I don't know. I played it. I played maybe about 7 or 8 hours of it. That was in between doing other stuff. So I don't know.
You have my gratitude. So much easier than trying to negotiate
Okay.
unwanted information. If you want to get into the Guild of Steel, Arashad can get you into the cellar. But beware, as the guild has some vicious traps down there.
Okay.
Came back?
Okay. We actually want to keep going with this and ask nearby merchant for some useful information. Well, is a
How is the siege affect?
Many fled before it began, but my guild and the Guild of Steel are rather stuck here. It's not exactly a ghost town, but it's eerie.
Oh, that's what we're looking for.
No one's been inside since I don't know when. You came back?
Nope, I didn't come back. I just want to go to the hostel.
Still standing here.
So we're going to investigate the abandoned hostel.
Okay.
Let's see.
I don't know. I think it looks very pretty. What?
Well, no,
What?
nothing. It's just
What, Jeff?
It's nothing. It's just
has-
like it's kind of. I'm tickled by how impressed you are, like at it.
It's
Even though I understand exactly why.
well, you know what it is. To be perfectly honest, Diablo didn't do a lot for me.
Oh yeah.
It's not that I disliked it. In fact, Morgan and I had a pretty good time playing it.
Mm-hmm.
But we
Diablo
didn't-
3.
Yeah, Diablo 3. But we didn't play it very much.
Yeah.
And these kind of games, I don't know. They tend not to really set my personal world on fire, just because they feel more like a series of challenges as opposed to an adventure.
Okay.
And this just seems to be like, well, there's like a city, and there's characters you talk to, and there's a story going on, and there's this cool little mechanic that's kind of unique and interesting.
Yeah.
And that to me, it's like it's hitting all these buttons that in a format I didn't know I wanted.
Yeah, I can
and that's
see
why
that.
I'm kind of tickled by that, like you said. Brrr. I'm a fish raptor. I like him though.
So I'm just gonna come up here and grab. There's a chest in here. Fuck off.
Spider.
Fuck off.
The spider.
All right.
Was it? This is kind of reminding me. There was a game that came out a few years ago. It was like a Van Helsing game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, then it was like your.
It was kind of like this. Was like a top down.
Yeah, your sidekick was like a woman who had been beheaded, so her head was kind of floating above her body.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was-
No, I remember it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I remember hearing that it wasn't too bad. It was kind of fun.
Oh, I think I played it on Rage Slide.
Yeah.
I mean, we played pretty much everything.
I was gonna
on
say
Rage Select, so-
that doesn't break it down very much, but get him, Turdy. That's his name. It's
That's
Turdy.
Is it just Clayface now, or what? In do you remember the movie Wanted?
Oh, the one with Angelina Jolie?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, I never saw it.
Based on a comic book.
Right, I knew that.
And the comic book was all about how basically the kind of DC Universe villains like won and then rewrote reality, so there were never any superheroes.
Right.
And so they had like kind of the off-brand replacements for like a Lex Luthor, but it was just like a science guy and a Joker. But
right, and we've got like an evil clown,
Right.
and we've got a plant lady. and-
right.
yeah, I get you.
But their Clayface, because it's Mark Millar, of course. Because his Clayface was a poop golem essentially, called like Shit Lord or something.
Shit Lord, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Let's
fun.
see. So you can see it's funny down here that I'm only at 6 of 8 of the soul stones.
Yeah.
But every time I kill them, that little bar around the outside goes up, and then you end up getting. See, now I'm at 7 of 8. So you actually get your ability to get health back by going into the spirit realm and blasting on these dumb assholes.
I like it.
But actually, we are going to go out because we found a bunch of skeletons in here, and we're going to go ask Morphew what's going on with them skeletons.
I'm trying to think of a way to make Morphew a joke about me.
What?
Morphew, Frank.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was just trying to think of a good Matrix joke.
Oh.
Weapons, armor, supplies.
There's an Ishkai and a human skeleton in
An
the hostel.
Ishkai.
What
Yep.
do you know of this?
This is the first I've heard of this.
Man.
The other merchants had more to do with the hostel than I did, though. Weapons.
I just made the skeleton.
Always a
Let's see. Which one is it?
Weapons are the
Can you tell me the story behind the skeletons in the old hostel?
I don't know anything about that. Ask Rabat. Best weapons.
Okay.
Come back when you need more armament.
I don't need anything.
Leave me alone.
Let's test it. Rabbath. There we go.
To see you, friend.
Can you tell me the story?
No idea what happened at the hostel. I used to deliver food there, back before the siege.
Oi,
I haven't
bollocks,
been inside
governor.
since that Sura warrior went there. I don't think anyone has. Always good to see you, friend.
What do you know about a Sura mercenary coming to Thor?
He came through the gates, went to the hostel, and left. That's all I know, really. I was just glad to see him leave town, to be honest.
Huh.
Always good to see you, friend.
So now we got to find out about the Sura mercenary.
Okay.
What do you know about a...
I wasn't even in town when it happened. Welcome.
Yeah, I
Always welcome here.
I've got to get our gaming PC fixed because our Steam machine, so to speak, has kind of been out of commission for a while.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
Because this isn't requiring a lot of, like, the greatest gaming PC of all time.
Right, yeah. I'm just ours is a little old though. It was like Morgan, I think, built it back in 2011 or 2012 or something. So, and then in the last year or two, it kind of just stopped connecting to the internet. It started running real slow, and I think it just needs an overhaul, a spit shine.
If you speak to Feiruz, don't mention I said. Bring your
Okay.
unwanted
Yeah, and because I want to be able to, I kind of want to start playing stuff like this again.
Yeah. It's both kind of a blessing and a curse, right? On your, like, you can't, I don't know. It's different for me because, like, when I'm rendering videos, I can't play this game. I need a second PC, really. I need a PC that's essentially, I need a new PC for gaming,
Right.
and then I want to just convert this one over to basically just like a render farm that
Of
just does
course.
nothing but like crank out videos.
Sure.
Where the hell is this Fayuz guy?
Fayuz. Hey,
Fayuz.
Fayuz.
Oh, there he is.
What's the matter for you?
He doesn't have.
No hun beats me.
Okay, well, it says find out what Fairuz is hiding by asking the other merchants. Yeah, I forgot there's a lot of this kind of.
What do you know about Feiruz making deals with the...
I wouldn't put it past him. Welcome.
Okay, you know nothing.
Always welcome.
Boo.
Nothing.
Boo.
Nothing.
good to see you, friend.
What do you know about...
No doubt about it. That Sura definitely gave something to Feiruz before leaving town. But if he asks, you didn't hear that from me.
You guys are a real tight knit group, huh?
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fucking backstab central.
So, can I ask about it now? Nope. Okay. Well.
May all your endeavors be fruitful.
Shh. Shh.
Zzz.
What do you know about...
Other than seeing him talk to that one Sura mercenary that one time, I've no
That
idea.
one, sir. It's one time.
Okay.
This is reminding me of the look and the feel of this place and of the game in general. Is reminding me of.
What do you know about Feiruz?
Okay, are you at all familiar with the Islands of Adventure, the Universal Studios Islands of Adventure out in Florida?
No.
Okay, well
I do not know what that means.
that's where they have the Harry Potter land and the Jurassic Park land.
Okay.
And the Marvel superhero land and all that.
Okay.
Now, sandwiched in between all of that is this non-IP related area that's like it's like a partially like Voyages of Sinbad,
Okay.
Atlantis, bizarre, like like this. It's like this kind of situation, like you're in a Seventh Voyage of Sinbad kind of world.
Okay.
And it's just, and I'm walking around and I'm like, this is really fucking cool, and nobody gives a shit about it because it's not Jurassic Park. And I don't know, like it's just kind of it just reminded me of that.
She sold him out. The Ishkai.
If you go to Islands of Adventure, people, go check that out. Go check that little thing out.
It's
pretty fun.
Okay.
But Kench broke
Kench.
contracts for mercenaries all around the heretic kingdoms
Meh.
before she came to Thol. She
Heretic kingdoms,
That's the whole world.
which really makes you have to wonder, like, who called them heretics?
Yeah.
Is there another kingdom?
If my guests
Oops.
That was like, oh, those guys are.
over the Ishkai as a way to wipe out her debts.
So basically, what was happening here was there was a warrior that the lady that ran the hostel, she got into debt with like this kind of mercenary organization, and she sold out this other guy, this little
Ishtai.
this guy that was there in order to like save herself, but then she died. And one of the things that you didn't see when I was in here before is that near these bones in the spirit realm, there was just a guy.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't die if I'd shot him. But
Right.
he's our first spirit that we get. So,
Yes.
Yet another letter. So, she did not betray thee, and thou hast guarded her fallen remains since thy deaths. How touching.
now you work for me.
Spirit, thy vigil has ended.
Oh, wow.
Join me.
Join me.
So,
Stay a
this is
while.
the first, like, the second, I guess I should say, like, character that we get.
Soul is mine.
And now we have kind of a trappy archer character.
Oh, that's fun.
Sniper will make an
So
excellent
now we can switch,
ally.
because you can see that when I was talking about like that golem, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not all like the same size. Like they're different species and different sizes, and it's not just like you get like 3 different people. It's like you get that big golem, and he has a thing where you can bash down certain walls, and you get like this werewolf that could go into the camps, and they all played like differently. They're all. Wait, you know what? He has some. Let's do landmine. Oh, yeah, and I got a third skill for everybody. All right. Curse of the Desert. Sounds cool.
Yeah.
And he's got, let's do Soul Rend. Oh, and then you also get these talents.
Oh, jeez.
Which are basically just like every few levels you get just kind of a thing where you can put a passive ability on. I always start off everybody with, well, she doesn't have it, with that same one that was basically faster regeneration. Because when they're not in combat, they all just get health back.
Yes.
Sorry, something just fell
It was
in my bedroom. So yeah,
I kind of want to go check.
it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
All right.
It's the mirror. It's the mirror that I keep my razor on. Fell down.
Oh.
That's,
Oh, so it's just glass.
no,
All
it's,
right, that's
it's a
fine.
plastic non-fog mirror. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh man.
It falls all the time, and then I put it back up, and then it falls down again.
Yes, the eternal struggle.
Yes. So let's see. Do I have anything that I can put for this guy? There we go. Great bow. And do you have any armor?
No, he's so mad.
I like the way he jumps up and down. So I think
I'm getting a little bit.
there we go.
You know what I'm also kind of reminded of is that Divinity game that came out not last year and not the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
The one where you're like you can turn to a dragon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like Dragon Commander.
Yeah. Not necessarily. I think just because it's like this weird fantasy game that's sort of like this indie thing that has a way higher production value than I think anybody would have expected it to. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. Again, I'm not entirely sure if this company has done anything else, and I don't know really if this. I mean, this could be like the third game in a franchise of the Heretic Kingdoms, or whatever. But
Sure.
I like it. Like I think it's a fun little game. And we got maybe let's get another like couple of minutes here. Let's see if
All
we can. So you see here that now that I'm on the streets, I can't turn into that guy.
Yeah.
Uh,
The little guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
This looks like the Arcanum. I wonder who has a key.
Legacy of the Garulian Empire. Okay. Okay, let's just do that. That's weird because I feel like this is the same quest that I had as the warrior.
Okay.
Except that obviously, like a lot more people in this town recognized him than know who she is. So
Right.
let's see. Come in. Motherfucker. These guys just fly through and then go away.
They
And
go,
some,
"Meh."
glad the first thing that they give you is a way to like stop shit in midair. All right.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I was just in the spirit realm.
Yeah, I just whoop.
Are you the Silk Master?
I am the head of the Guild of Silkmeat.
Yeah, because he recognizes that guy.
Guild of Silk. When were the merchants allowed to form guilds?
Milady, who in the city is going to stop us?
That's a good point.
Forgive me. Soul is not.
It's also cool that they've all been dead for a long time, which is a really good framing device for explaining what all's going on.
What a concept.
Yeah.
How should I
Call me Evia.
Call me Evian.
You have questions?
Let's see.
Jeez.
Might I render you aid in...
Milady, it would be my honor to have you. I've lost a few merchants to aphotic spider attacks at night.
No aphotic spiders.
Nasty creatures. There's also a more delicate. You have
Just
questions?
I'll do them all. Just
Give them all.
wait, did he give them to me already? Let's see.
I don't know. No, I think you have to select them. Like, I'm not above a little thievery. That's one of them,
Ask
yeah.
your questions.
Okay.
What do you need stolen?
Before Darmok seized control of
I like that it's called Darmok. Like, I don't know. Do you remember that episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation where it was Picard and the guy and they were trying to figure out how to work together, and the guy talked in a bunch of stories. It was Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. That's pretty funny.
It was one of my favorite episodes of TNG.
I was hearing all these names and stuff, and oh man, never mind. It sounded like something, I was like, anyway.
Okay, let's just go do this. I think this will be enough to get us in.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me just fucking whoosh my way down there.
Whooshy, whooshy, whooshy. Whooshy, whooshy, whooshy. Oh,
Yeah, here.
that guy.
This one. You.
Yeah, you again.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's funny because I've been thinking a lot of like what my favorite games were from last year because we're kind of getting ready to do because I'm not putting it off again this time.
Okay.
Of like game of the year type of stuff, and it's funny because I was also watching Yahtzee did a like the top 5 lowest 5 most meh games.
Blandest, yeah.
God, Yahtzee's such a fucking prima donna. Like he's just like, oh fuck Red Dead. It was horrible. I hate Red Dead. It was bad. I talk really bad.
Bad because it was pretentious. And let me tell you how pretentious it was by being pretentious.
Right, and I was just kind of like, oh god, shut your fucking face hole. I mean, like on the one hand, the fact that he gave Game of the Year to Obra Dinn was cool because Obra Dinn was a really cool game.
Sure,
and I think that it deserves recognition. On the other hand, like, there were games that came, like, I would never say, like, I think that Smash Brothers is going to make it into my list of the top 10 games that I played last year, Like, and I think that Red Dead's going to definitely be in there. And, here, let's do a little bit with this guy. So it got me thinking an awful lot about, like, where does stuff like this fit? Because, there was a time not so long ago. When this wouldn't be considered like an indie game. It would just have been a game. Like it would have been just like, hey,
sure,
this is a good game that came out. Like,
sure.
Ooh, check that out. Motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a...
Oh, it's a puzzly puzzle.
Yeah, it is a puzzle. I forgot how I... I remember. Is first you do this, because only he can move those. Then you use the fact that this wall disappears to get in here with him, so you can do the second part. Oh, I guess it's not just him. And then you can get around back here. And there we go. Oh, wow, that was crap. That was dookie on a stick.
Straight garbage.
Yep, nothing.
All right.
But, like, yeah, I mean, and then you start to ask yourself, like, is it fair to put, like, this game into the same consideration as, like,
Drunken Guard?
Well, God of War or, like, Red Dead? Like, is it really fair to be like, well, the game doesn't really stand up to Red Dead's production value? It's like, well, no, it's not really fair to compare those two things, really.
I mean, I think it's so subjective, and it's so, like, You know, I kind of like the way Jim Sterling does it because he's and to an extent Yahtzee does it too, where it's like it's just kind of what games made an impression on you.
Right.
That's why I'm kind of not really I'm not really a game of the year type guy personally because I don't play that many games.
Right.
I'm more just like
That's why I didn't invite you on the show.
Thank you
for game of the year. Oh
good
shit!
to know. What the fuck?
Yeah, we start running into bigger, more horrible things
like monsters. Yeah. Well, yeah, and I don't blame you for that. I mean, for me, it's more like the games I played. What did I like about them? And then what did I play that was really disappointing?
Right.
Darksiders 3.
See, it's weird because I don't think I would even put Darksiders 3. I mean, like, I don't know. I played a lot more bad games.
Oh yeah, no,
games that would fit into like a bad.
It wasn't
category.
Like the worst game of the year, but I feel like it still merits discussion because it's from this franchise that we like, but it's trying to do what the previous games did, but it does it badly.
I feel so left out with Darksiders because I feel like everybody else played a different game than I did.
You think
I feel like
you hear more people liked it?
A lot of people tended to like it. They were just like, "Oh, it was fine," and I'm like, "Really?" Because I just expected a lot more from that game.
I think even Yahtzee even said his words were, "It's the Fisher Price version of." It's a Fisher Price version of a real game, basically, and he said, I could stomp it to pieces, but I'd probably wind up ruining somebody's Christmas. And I thought that was kind of appropriate because you're like, it is.
It's also so weird to me because it was a year where there were so many things that were, in my opinion, so much better that you could have been playing than Darksiders 3. Like, you know, I think that 2018 had some of the best games I've ever played in it.
Interesting.
Like, you know, like, again, I thought that Red Dead was absolutely fantastic, and I know some people liked it, some people didn't like it, but I thought it was absolutely amazing. I thought God of War was probably... See, I thought the God of War from 2018 was better than God of War 3. Like...
Oh, well, I think that's there's no question about that.
You know...
Well, that's just me personally, though.
So...
Oh, it's guys.
Uh-oh, wait. What did I put at his third skill? Roll. Oh, good. Thanks, Jeff. That's great. All right. How about some of this? And then how about some of that? Ha 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 ha! You dicks. Yeah, I got them all. So yeah, it's I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot about like what makes a quality game recently. Like I really liked Hitman 2, but I don't even know if I would put Hitman 2 like that might not even break like my top 5 for this year, even considering how much I liked Hitman 2016 because it was just like such a good year for video games. Like just so many really, really absolutely fantastic video games that I don't know.
We've got more than a few coming up this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I am
100%.
I'm really interested in Sekiro and of course Ghost of Tsushima. You know, it's like give me my samurai games.
Well, you know, there's a possibility we might be seeing Death Stranding this year, right?
Oh, yeah. I am pretty interested in that. It'd be nice to get into something new from Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
Because I have you know, I've talked about this before. I have so much respect for him as a creator.
Yeah.
But I have never played a Metal Gear game.
Oh, well, Matt.
I know.
Go play a Metal Gear game, why don't you? Play 3.
Motherfucker, I'm not made of time.
Well, that doesn't seem like that doesn't seem like something you should be complaining about. I don't have time to play video games. None of us have time to play video games. That's why I made it my job. I didn't have enough time, so I was like, well, there's only one thing left to do.
Well, given the possibility of, it's kind of weird. You know what? I'm just gonna say it, even though it's kind of a humble brag. The possibility of me meeting Hideo Kojima has dramatically increased in the last few months.
Fucking fuckface.
And there's a lot of guys. And yeah, I know. And on top of that, I feel like if I actually played a Metal Gear game, I'd want to talk to him about it.
Yeah.
And based on everything I've heard, he doesn't want to fucking talk about Metal Gear anymore. And so I'm
that's
just
not
like,
a good reason to not play Metal Gear games.
because I can't talk to him about
in
it.
case I accidentally meet the creator and then can't have a conversation with them. Jesus Christ. That's taking like humble bragging to like the next level. That is some next level shit, man.
Baby. Oh, man, I am not sorry.
I'd love to play Metal Gear, but then when I met Mr. Kojima, I wouldn't be able to talk with him about it because I'm sure that he's just sick of hearing about it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I like how you're getting progressively more upset with that sentiment.
Just shut up. Just shut up and let me regret my life choices in peace, okay?
Hey, come with me to Japan, bro.
Yeah. I don't want to meet Hideo Kojima. It's like that like Community or whatever.
Oh,
where
no,
it's
yeah.
like, I don't want, like, I'm fine because here's the thing is that like people have I have entertained from time to time when people meet me and they're very like kind of sometimes people have been somewhat awestruck.
Sure.
And I'm like, yeah, no, come on, guy. It's no big deal.
You're a guy.
Right. I'm a guy. It's just
I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude.
It's just a thing. Like, it's not a big deal. And I don't even know, like, you start to say to yourself, oh, well, Hideo Kojima is probably my favorite developer. What would I ask him if I met him? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, like, there've already been 1 billion interviews with the guy, so, like, what exactly am I going to get out of him that hasn't already come out, on any one of the 1 million interviews that he's already given?
You'd be surprised because trust me, I feel the same way. I met my favorite kaiju movie director this last November, and we only sort of talked about his films. I didn't really go too much into them. We just we talked more about like fan stuff that we liked, and that we had a shared interest in.
Oh, by the way, all your guys regenerate health whenever you stand by one of these things.
Okay, good.
Which is why I'm not doing anything.
I noticed that. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, and then other times, you'll meet someone who is they maybe, and you realize you don't really have a whole lot in common, but that's okay. As long as they're not dicks. Because I've been in that situation where I'm like, oh, this person that
oh, you suck.
Oh, you actually are kind of a shithead, and I'll tell you who they are off mic.
Yeah, I don't know. And there's a part of me that's like, I like Hideo Kojima. I'd almost rather just like be like, hey, can you just work on the game? Like, don't talk to me. Like,
can I stand behind you while you work on the game?
Yeah,
that'd be weird.
That would be weird. But I don't know. I mean, it's fine. But I don't know. It's just, yes, I think that 2019 is going to be a very interesting and cool year for video games. I also think it's going to be really interesting to see what does the backlash look like from 2018. Like, there was
backlash. What do you mean?
Well, from the, I feel like in 2017, developers really like put their toes in the water about things like live services and microtransactions and things like that.
Yeah.
And like, by all accounts, Fallout 76 kind of, I mean, like, it's probably enough to keep them making it, but it wasn't exactly like it flew off the shelf. Like, they just announced that they're giving away, that if you have Fallout 76 on the PC, they're giving you all the previous Fallout games.
Wow.
Just for having it.
Right. Jeez.
So it's like, I'm interested to see kind of what does the backlash to some of the stuff that deserved backlash look like. Like, there's a good possibility, I think, Matt Frank, that Anthem's going to fucking fall on its face.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it.
BioWare's going to be put out of business. Like, I don't really want that to happen, but like, you guys, I don't know if the video game industry, I feel like the video game industry has just been like so in its own little cluster bubble that they don't understand how mad a lot of people are about this bullshit. Like, say what you will about Red Dead, but at least Rockstar gave us like a 40+ hour campaign.
Sure.
And then launched the online. Like, and I understand that it's a scummy move to launch your microtransaction online thing after all the review scores have come out. Right?
Sure.
But on the opposite hand, if you give me, if every 4 or 5 years Rockstar puts out a fantastic game with a 40-hour storyline and then also a kind of predatory microtransaction-based multiplayer thing, that's cool. I mean, like, I'm kind of okay with that, you know. But if Anthem doesn't,
you must accept this purse of coins.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
as we agreed.
Of course. You have.
I get what you're saying. I mean, I think people are really gonna start questioning what their money is worth.
Yeah. Well, and then, like, you know, Epic just came out with their own storefront, like, to go up against Steam. So, like, is this going to be the year where we see a curated storefront like the Epic Games Store start to take a bite out of Steam's like ability to put out games? Because it was kind of a blow when EA did it with their launcher, right?
Yeah.
And then Bethesda did it with their launcher. You can't buy Fallout 76 on Steam. And if Epic comes along with Fortnite and with some of this other stuff, like, I mean, you know, like, there could be a shift in the wind coming, right? So there's a lot of interesting stuff that I'm, you know, what is E3 going to look like this year with Microsoft, with all those studios that they bought last year? Like, are those all going to are we going to see a very different E3 this year for Microsoft? Is Microsoft going to spend this year turning it around to the point where by the end of the year, like, the Xbox One X is like a really, really good value proposition? Like, because if the Xbox could have a bunch of exclusive titles and backwards compatibility and a good online service, well, you know, and all the AAA games that you wanted to play, well, now you're talking, baby, right? Like, you know, that's a value proposition right there. I'm still waiting to see, you know, we haven't heard, Matt, about Metroid yet. Like,
oh yeah,
Nintendo's gotten all of they got their Mario, they got their Zelda, they got the Smash out of the way, right? So this year, like, there's a lot of rumors that Persona 5 is going to come out in a, like, collector's, like, an enhanced edition of Persona 5 is going to be out on the Switch before the year is out, or that's going to be announced sometime very soon. That's the reason that Joker is going to be in Smash, is because Persona 5 is going to be on the Switch. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That would be incredible to see. Like, there's so many different interesting things that I feel like we could be seeing this year, even if it's like just a boring year. I feel like we could be seeing a lot of really cool stuff. So I'm really interested to see what happens this year.
Yeah, I'm yes to all those things you just said. No, I felt like I had another point to make, and it was more just like it was more of the culture of gaming, and how people, and like I said, how people are consuming games, and how people are, I don't know, like.
Hey, did you see that they're putting out a sequel to Alien Isolation, but it's on phones? But it's a phone game.
I did see that.
Or I haven't even decided. I'm still thinking about it. So by the time this comes out, the podcast where we talk about it will already be out. If I can even get, like, what, a month worth of Rage Select into one podcast, which is what I'm looking at right now. But, like, did you see all that stuff with that Overwatch thing?
Oh yeah,
with the dude that pretended to be a lady, and then, like, they, like, doxed, but, like, maybe that was a good thing, and, like, I don't know. Man. It's just
I don't know what.
There's a lot going on in that story, and, you know,
I don't know. Honestly,
it's January.
The more shit that happens surrounding Overwatch, the less I want anything to fucking do with it.
Well, you can still just play Overwatch.
No, which really sucks, because I've always been a fan of Overwatch's character design and characters in general.
Yeah.
I just I don't have fucking time for that shit. I just want to get my PlayStation 3 fix so I can play Fall of Cybertron. Also, when are we getting another goddamn Transformers game? Like a real one?
You know what? You're on my side of the fence now. Like, when we can start doing movie tie-in games, and maybe you would get something based off that Bumblebee movie that you like so much. So, you know.
You could.
Who's this little scorpion friend?
You could pick up Haley Steinfeld and like take her to her job, and then, like, on the way have, like, a Decepticon battle, and then anyway,
so it's like Crazy Taxi.
You can listen to the Smiths.
You can listen to the Smiths now, Matt.
Well, I do that anyway. I seriously have I have the Bumblebee soundtrack on, like, repeat.
Yeah,
because it is just like, oh, it's so good.
Okay,
it's
okay.
Yeah.
I tell you what. Why don't we? Been about an hour now.
Oh my
Let's
God,
wrap it up.
Jeff.
Let's wrap it up. Yeah, it's all right. We're only doing 2 videos today, so
true. It's true.
Anyway, patrons, y'all are the best. the best of the best of the best. Recently, the Patreon has been a little bit down, and I'm glad for each and every one of you and all of your continued support. Y'all are literally the greatest of all time, and I thank you so much for all of your continued support. Maybe help support Matt Frank by going to his new website.
Yeah, mattfrankart.net.
See? I remembered.
You remembered it.
I remembered it.
Like a friend.
You've only been saying it at the end of every video that we've made for like the last...
Well, I've been trying to make sure people know it,
Right.
and so that way when I put it out there, I don't have to put that much work into putting the word out.
Right.
But yeah, and now it's just like, yeah, go to mattfrankart.net. It's got links to everything I do pretty much. You know, it's funny. I forgot to put a link to my Tumblr in it.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Because who cares?
We'll just put it in there, Matt. It's on Squarespace, right? Like,
yeah, but like I have to click on a thing.
Yeah.
And then make a box.
Uh-huh.
And then make the image in the box smaller to match the other image.
That doesn't seem like a good excuse.
I got flagged for my Redman pages.
What do you mean flagged?
I got flagged for possible adult content.
That seems weird.
Yeah.
That seems
because it's a shitty website run by monkeys.
Wait, you got flagged like by Squarespace?
No, I got flagged by Tumblr.
Oh.
My Redman
like for nudity
art.
or something?
Yeah, or
like,
something.
Like because Redman's got such a skin tight suit on, they're like,
it's not even that skin tight. It's kind of baggy.
You can see his red dick. This is a whole like one of these. Remember these?
Oh yeah, I do.
I forgot this. I think I was drunk when this part came up.
Of course you were.
And I was just like, I don't know. Click it some more.
This is one of those things that I don't put a whole lot of thought into.
You just click this one. There was one of these later where there was a puzzle, and I literally gave up on it because I was like, too hard. Nope, too hard. And whatever's there, it's just going to be some shit. It's going to be a cloak of the Blackbird. Of course, that is a pretty cool-looking cloak, even though it doesn't show up.
I mean, yeah.
The guy, but anyway, this has been. I forgot what the name of this game was, like I always do.
Shadow Hearts, Shadow of the Shadows.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay. Shadow Heart, Shadow of the Shadows. Nope. Reset. This game is pretty cool, and I'm telling you right now, like I'm just kind of going through the motions and playing it, but like it's really easy just to kind of fall down the rabbit hole, and it's a fun little game. So
yeah.
Bye, I guess.